Hi, my name is JT Ranter, and I'm counting down the top 10 worst ads of 2012. Why? Because people on the internet love lists, and they also love to hate on stuff. So, in doing this, I'm going to become the next great internet sensation. Don't even think about it, you insipid troll. This is my show. Hi, everyone. This is a very special episode of Ad Breakings. I know my setting is a little different than usual. I'm back home for the winter break at my family's house. My sister got me this tie for Christmas, and I think it's pretty appropriate that I wear it for this very special... Oh, who am I kidding? I don't want to do this. That waste of human known as JT Ranter is right. I'm counting down the top 10 worst ads of 2012. Someone told me that my last few videos have not been too angry or critical, and I tend to disagree. You know, I critique them based on a fair opinion, but yeah, he is kind of right. I mean, I have reviewed some ads that have been good, and I have given some positive opinions, so, well, apparently this is what you guys want. You want to see me get mad? Well, here you go. These are the worst that corporate America has thrown at me. At all of us. So, yeah. Stalled long enough, let's just get this done. Hold on, everyone, and get your vomit bags ready. I'm counting down the top 10 worst ads of 2012. Number 10. Okay, I'm just going to start this episode out on a soapbox. I hate Black Friday. This is supposed to be the first day of the holiday season, the day that ushers in the season of peace on earth, goodwill toward men. And yet it has become known for American consumers fighting over a flat-screen TV that they really don't need. And this year was especially bad because I was exposed to one of the most irritating ads that I have ever seen.
It's on, Black Friday's almost here.
Right off the bat, there's just so much that is offsetting with this ad. The awful melody, the highly annoying California Valley girls.
We should totally get together. Okay, can we also bring Trevor? He's hot.
The eerie way that they peer over these teenage girls. But that's not what gets me. What gets me is this little bit of text right here.
It's on, Black Friday's almost here.
Yeah, play that again, play that again.
Black Friday's almost here.
Black Friday, opening Thursday, 9 p.m. Allow me to rant here. If there's one thing that I appreciate most about the holiday season, it's traditions. Do things with family and loved ones that may not make sense, but they hold a special place in our hearts. Why do American companies feel like they have the right to intrude on such a special moment? It was just heartbreaking to see so many tweets about how people are going to be working and missing Thanksgiving dinner. And what was even sadder was that some people were choosing to skip out on that just to go shopping. Because of that morbid reminder of where our society is, along with a bunch of other awful details, it's safe to say that Target missed the bullseye and landed at the number 10 spot. Number 9. Now, the other day I found something pretty interesting on the internet. Verizon hate sites. And it was pretty amusing to me, as a Verizon member myself, to see people just rant and rail against Verizon just because it's better than AT&T or T-Mobile. However, some of the criticisms did have some weight to them. People thought that Verizon was arrogant, or that they had spotty 4G LTE service. And not every company is perfect, but I just thought that it was a group of haters who were upset that Verizon was beating out their incompetent companies. But then I saw this ad, and I got it. Oh, I got it.
4G LTE has the fastest speeds. So let's talk about coverage.
Now, people may object to the obviously biased data here. And yeah, it's pretty biased. Even as a subjective Verizon user, I thought No, that's not right. T-Mobile is better than just zero coverage, and that's how they were presenting it. So people got upset at that. They also got upset at the manipulative editing that made it seem as if these responders had an obvious leaning towards Verizon, when in reality they're probably a lot smarter than how the ad perceives them. But that's not what gets me. Like the Target ad, there's one detail that really just ticks me off.
It doesn't really matter how you present it.
It doesn't matter how you present it.
Say that again?
It doesn't matter how you present it.
It doesn't matter how you present it. You know, I'm still going to be a Verizon user long after this episode, but it's really hard for me to defend a company that says it doesn't have to worry about marketing or presentation. It doesn't matter how you present it? Are you kidding me? Of course it matters how you present it, you capitalist ignoramuses. Presentation is everything in business and marketing. And right now, the way that you guys are presenting yourselves are nothing more than egotistical dickwads. You make me embarrassed to be a Verizon user. It is an easy choice for me to put you at number 9. Number 8.
I look at her and I just want to give her everything.
Yeah, you know, everything can cost.
Oh, come on! This baby is still around? I thought he overstayed his welcome like a month after he first debuted. Seriously, does E-Trade still think that this is an innovative idea? Do they still think that there is novelty in having this abomination babble? What does a talking baby have to do with even trading stocks? Oh, hey, look at us. We are so clever. We have a talking baby. That's never been done before. Really? I tuned out literally the first second I saw that baby CGI lips move. If E-Trade is not going to put any more effort into developing a better mascot, then why should I put any of my attention towards their product and their advertisement? This baby needs to die! Please don't take that out of context. Number 7. Over the past few months, I've had these recurring nightmares of a talking lady head.
Hi, don't mind me.
It has a strange deformity on its face.
So instead of going to the doctor to check this mystery rash,
she tries to sell me this company that is entirely overrated and kind of useless when compared to its competitors.
I guess I could have gotten Blue Shield. They're a not-for-profit company, which means they invest in things to help improve my care, like a wide range of affordable plans. But I didn't.
Who keeps swishing to and from emotions.
I just LOL all DAY.
So I'm wondering, where does something like this come from?
For care, not profit. Blue Shield of California.
Probably comes from this next ad here. Number 6.
Is there a specific car you're looking for?
Hey, Mr. Dealer.
You probably noticed the hair. This is because of Cars.com. I've been checking car prices and reading expert and consumer reviews. My confidence has just been coming out of me ever since.
That's right, Mr. Dealer.
Change it! Number 5. I'm not a prude. I am not opposed to smart, classy depictions of sexual imagery. I do not oppose the concept sex sells because it has sex in it. I oppose it because it is one of the most misused forms of advertising ever. It just seems as if advertisers think that all you need to do is put sex in an ad and that automatically equals success. Just because you can make it memorable means that they're automatically going to buy your product, which is the exact point of making a commercial or some kind of ad. And no company is more egregious or frustrating with this practice than Carl's Jr. Now, it's a little weird for me to put Carl's Jr. on this list because I actually like their food. And I think that they have created some pretty smart commercials in the past. But I'll be damned if they have not created some of the sleaziest ads to air alongside those supposedly smart commercials. Every time I think that they are going to move past this awful trend, here comes another ad just like this one to tell me otherwise. Let's mark off the different traits that make such a disgusting and sleazy commercial. The advocacy for a sloppy lifestyle? Check. The irritable crunching sound that people make when they bite into the burgers that make it sound like they've been sitting out for 3 months straight? Check. The delusion that its food and its actors' motions are somehow sexually appealing? Double check. Carl's Jr. and its sister franchise Hardy are an enigma to me. Usually when people release ads like these, it hurts them. And yet Carl's Jr. is somehow still thriving. I don't know, maybe I'm just not getting something, maybe there's something that I'm missing. Who knows? Number 4. Okay, if there's one thing that I have learned in this past year, it's this. Product placement and movie tie-ins are still alive and well. And I know that this is a point of contention among most filmmakers, even to the point where Morgan Spurlock felt like he had to make a documentary about it. And while some artists and filmmakers may object to the supposed whoring out of a practice, I really don't have too much of an issue with it. I mean, movies and TV shows could be expensive to make, and companies can help offset those costs. Plus, if it's done right, it's a very creative and entertaining way to advertise products and services. But I do have a line when it comes to this kind of practice, and I would not dare any company to cross that line. This next ad here jumped that line as if it were the Grand Canyon.
Mazda with Skyactiv technology. And who received the only certified Truffle-a-Tree seal of approval?
No.
Skyactiv technology. And who?
I don't know. You've only said it like 1 billion times.
No, 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 no! This can't be real. Please tell me that this is some kind of Robot Chicken spin-off. Do I even have to explain what's wrong with this ad? Mazda, a car company that emits toxic fumes, is tying its product in with the Lorax. You can't be serious. Would we really sign off on something like this? Who thought that this would be a good idea? Apart from reminding me of how awful the feature film was, you can't really get over the fact that it's a car company advertising and driving through the world of the Lorax. Okay, to be fair, it is advertising itself to be eco-friendly, and that is a few saving graces there. I mean, if it were a Ford Explorer, this ad would easily be number 1. But it still goes against the broader message of the Lorax of corporate responsibility. You tried to tell me that Mazda was being responsible in releasing an ad like this. I refuse to believe or even entertain the notion that Dr. Seuss would sign off on having his characters and creations promote something like this drivel. Other ads on this list may be disgusting or stupid or just plain badly put together. But no other ad on this list is as offending as this one. This is low. Number 3. This is one of the most polarizing commercials that came out last year. People either loved this commercial or they hated it. There was almost no middle ground. So, since I'm bringing it up in a list of the worst ads of 2012, that automatically means it's on the list, right? No, I think this ad is freaking hilarious. I get why some people may object to it, but now, I was cracking up the first time I saw it. I can't put this on the list or anywhere near it. So why am I bringing this ad up? Well, let's just say that I find it interesting that Ragu released another ad this year where I did agree with the haters.
When your kid only eats one thing, how do you make dinner time more interesting?
And you know, that's a pretty good question. Kids can be pretty picky when it comes to their food, so parents have to be creative in how they feed them. Let's see what this mom has to say.
I pour ragu on the piano.
Wait, what?
And listen. 2 things. 1, obviously he's gifted. 2, he's had dinner. I'm a good mom.
Yes, you are a good mom, and this is a very clever ad. What the hell did I just watch here? I'm no legal expert here, but I think that constitutes as child abuse in at least 20 different states. You're feeding your kid on a piano something that has been touched by countless fingers, probably, all kinds of germs on there. You're having them lick off of it, and you're considering that dinner? What is wrong with you, you crazy psycho bitch? Who thought that this would be a good idea? Is there just no more sanity when it comes to these commercials anymore? I mean, that poor kid, he's gonna have to go through therapy of being subjected to that, and people thought that this would actually be a good idea that should be arrested. It just pissed me off so freaking much. Number 2. Okay, so some people have asked me where I got the idea to do this kind of series. What inspired me to start it? What was the one thing that triggered me to say, you know what, I should do something like this. This ad.
Hola, is someone in a mood for spice?
I thought that this was going to be the worst ad of 2012. And we'll get to what could have topped it in a moment, but I could stop this ad right now and tell you 3 reasons why it sucks so hard. Number 1, the angle at which they are filming this woman flirting is a very terrible angle. It looks like she's getting a nasal check rather than trying to attract us. Number 2, spicy chicken wraps are not aphrodisiacs. In other words, it's not food that's meant to turn people on. Strawberries, ice cream, chocolate syrup, those are aphrodisiacs. Spicy chicken wrap, well, it's gonna turn something on, I bet. Number 3. Shoot. I just, it was on the tip of my tongue. What was the 3rd thing that made, oh man. Oh yeah, there's a tiny naked Hispanic man wrapped in a spicy chicken wrap. Ew. Hindsight, people! Hindsight! Thankfully, Virgin America learned its lesson and released a more upbeat and classier ad campaign later this year, but it's going to take a while until the stain from this ad is completely removed. Number 1. It's really painful for me to put this company at the top of the list. I mean, their track record with ads has not exactly been spotless, but they have indeed created some of the most legendary and iconic commercials and ad campaigns ever. And it's also painful for me because I am actually a proud user of their products. But I have taken an oath of objectivity, no bias in my decisions. Good is good, bad is bad. And no ad this year, or ad campaign for that matter, was as terrible and as heartbreaking as the Apple Genius ads.
Mr. Green, it's 4 a.m.
Now this specific commercial I am putting at the number 1 spot because it exemplifies all that is wrong with these ads, but any criticism that I can direct towards this ad can also be attributed to all the other ads. Where do I start with this?
Said he's basically an Apple genius?
How about the fact that the jokes kind of fall flat?
Basically, no.
There's a fact that it's advertising something that doesn't really need to be advertised. There's no point in advertising something that is already known. Third, this lead is incredibly annoying. They had to replace this guy.
She's all yours, Mac.
Hi, how are you?
Good.
I'm a Mac.
I'm a Megan.
And they gave us this guy.
Yeah. Really neat coffee table books.
But probably the worst thing out of all 3 of these ads is that it portrays Apple's customers as clueless morons. The beauty of Apple products is that they were easy to use. All of these things that people have a problem with in these ads are easy things to figure out. Do you really think that we are this clueless, this idiotic when it comes to your products? For each entry on this list, I found a few defenders here and there, but it seemed as if no one had anything good to say about the Apple Genius ads. So much so that Apple discontinued them a mere few weeks after they first aired. I really hope that this is not a trend that's continuing with Apple and the untimely death of Steve Jobs.
Apple, get back to your glory days. Get that bite back. You are much, much better than this.
Mrs. Green, we're coming!
Thank God I made it to the end. Yeah, I made it to the end. I hope you got pleasure out of viewing my pain. Well, I am going to conclude this episode right now. This was a very special episode of Ad Breakings. Thank you for watching. And to play us out, here's a montage of clips from some awful ads that just did not make the list. Playing over, Linkin Park. That's a good choice. Yeah. This has been another episode of Ad Breakings. Thanks for taking a break with me.